Ninjababy, new Norwegian indie film, is out in theaters, or at least is out in Polish theaters, because as far as I can tell, it's been released in most other countries a full year ago already. It's a story of a young woman, a cartoon artist named Rakel. She lives with a roommate, she likes to party a lot, she has had a fairly active sex life not too long ago. In general, she's at that stage of her life where she's still trying to figure herself out. One day she suddenly finds out she's pregnant. She figures out that in the last couple of weeks there was only one guy, contacts him, quickly decides to go have an abortion, and then in the doctor's office it turns out that the abortion will not be possible because the pregnancy is actually already in its 6th month. Apparently it's possible to happen that your belly just doesn't get too big and you don't experience so many symptoms, which is why Rakel didn't know for such a long time. Forced to carry it to term, she starts to grapple with what to do with the baby once it's out. Raise it, give it up for adoption, give it to the biological father. And she starts to imagine this Ninjababy as a cartoon character that she begins talking to. So I thought it's a very open, frank, and sort of uncompromising exploration of some pretty difficult topics. It's certainly not afraid of any taboo and uses the first 20 minutes or so to sort of ease you into its atmosphere, to get you used to the idea that these characters speak their minds very openly, which then allows it to really dive deep into the psychology of the unwanted pregnancy. In terms of tone, I would say it's a mixture of serious drama and very darkly humorous comedy. Some sequences are pretty sobering with how they tap into the anxiety and the stress of the situation, as Rakel feels completely unprepared for having a baby. And some scenes, like the climax where all the characters suddenly collapse together in Rakel's kitchen, are pretty humorous, and I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of some of the things being said and the character clashes that ensue. Now I will say this, as I was watching it, I didn't feel being completely gripped by it. I didn't 100% connect emotionally. It was fine, but not extraordinary. However, I think it is very possible that the film will speak more strongly to women who can relate to the experience much more. So I'm not saying that it's a bad film. In fact, it doesn't even have any glaring objective flaws, but it just didn't wow me in extreme ways. What I do respect about it is how it manages to sort of stick to its guns and to avoid the sentimental trap that I thought it was walking right into. As the story unfolds, you think to yourself, okay, so this is the character arc and this is how it's going to happen in the end. And it's wrong. The script manages to not be completely predictable, and the ending definitely feels bittersweet sweet in many ways, but also fitting the nature of the characters. I liked it. I don't think it was an amazing film, but it's pretty decent. And again, I do think it can be far more relevant for the women in the audience than it was for me.